Hi everyone, it's Suzanne here. Thanks for joining me for another Fabricate Friday video. This is the box I'm going to demonstrate how to make. Opens like this. Ta-da! It's a cookie box or a snack cracker box. I'm going to put a hole in the top so that you can view them because I think the idea, my inspiration came from this box of crackers. And same idea, you have a small window though, and the box comes out like that and you can take your snack crackers. So for the inside box, you need 2 pieces of cardstock, 7 7/8 by 4 3/8. On the long side, we score at 1/2 inch and at 5.5. And then we score at 2. And we do it exactly on both sides, on both. You need to do this twice. So this is the second piece. We score at 1/2, at 5.5, and at 2. So 2 pieces like that. I'm using Mossy Meadow right now. This is a piece of 11 1/8. 11 1/8 by 10 3/4. Okay, so on the long side, which is the 11 1/8, so this is the big box, we are going to score at 1/2 inch. Can't see me, but I'm keeping going. 3 8 1/8 and 10 5/8. And yes, I count. Okay, I'm going to flip it around to the short side. We're going to score at 2.5, at 5, 7.5, and 10. And that's it. I will just burnish and fold all the score lines. It's just easier to try to figure out. Okay, so starting with that little 1/2 inch lip, I'm going to wedge in. So there's a rectangle and another rectangle and then this long rectangle. I'm wedging in on that baby, and I'm going to cut, it's probably easier doing this way, straight up, right there. And removing this one. Let's just get rid of these 4. I'm doing the same on that side. So I'm wedging in just a tad and then cutting straight up. And removing. Okay. So now we're going to cut up. So this is going to be our lid Okay, did you see how I did that? The lid I put up, and then I'm just sort of folding it over because you know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to cut these equally, straight across, and while I'm at it, I'll do a little wedge out. So basically that gave me flaps. And then we're going to do exactly the same thing on this side. So I'm going to fold up there. Now, if you don't have a pair of scissors like these, you might want to consider it. They cut like butter. They are wonderful. Okay, I have to round my corners. I'm going to put the DSP on right now because it's easier. Okay, designer series paper. Today I'm using the English Garden, and let me see if I can find the measurements. For the outer box, we need 4 pieces of 4 7/8 by 2 1/4. So I need 4 of those. I've put adhesive on them already to try to speed stuff up. The color here is Blushing Bride, I think, and Mossy Meadow, so that's the reason why I chose the Mossy Meadow. For the lid, 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So that was easy. Okay, so Stampin' Up! Does not actually have any rectangular dies. So what I'm going to do is I am going to kind of center this guy right there. So I am using, what is it called? The banner framelit dies. So I am using the 3rd and the 4th one. This was the bigger one. And the reason why I wanted to use the bigger one is because I lined them like that. And I put them on my plate like that with the cardstock. But then I just put, they were even. But then I just put the plate over top like that and ran it through the Big Shot and then turned it around and sort of felt the way, you know, where these two sort of fit in together, and kind of did one of those and ran it through again. And what I ended up getting was a perfect rectangle. So the reason, because I want to have a nice little pink border on top, you see? So I'm going to do something similar with this one. I'm going to make this the front of the box. It just logistically, it's not going to fit in my Big Shot the way I would like it to, but the end piece will. So this is going to be the front of my box, which is not bad at all because it's the opposite. Yeah, it's logistically, it's got to work this way or else it won't work. Okay, so I'm going to place this ish. And even though I have magnetic plate on here, it's important to actually have a piece of washi tape. Okay, so basically I'm going to run it through the Big Shot, but I'm going to have this edge right where that metal is, the banner, because anything on this side is not going to cut. All right, so now you can feel where it's been cut. You can feel it, like it sort of just pops right into place. So now we're going to do exactly the opposite. So we flip that banner around. I'm going to cut that rectangle. All right, let's see how we did. The box is still in a proper piece. I'm just going to use glue for this. So now I just need to put the window in, and I'm just going to do that with a little bit of fast fuse. So this piece of acetate was just I think they called it base material, or but I think I got it off of old stamp packaging. So okay, I'm just going to put a little bit of fast fuse here on the end. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot. We have to use the punch. I guess the best place to have it is right there. Right on that window. Just a little bit. I'm using a 2-inch circle punch, and you just want a thumb hold. Okay, so it's a little warped, but that's okay. Okay, on to box number 2, the inside box. So if you recall, we have 2 pieces here, and there's a 2 3/8 inch side, and then there's a 1/2 inch side, and then there's a 2-inch side and a 2 3/8 inch side. So they're both kind of the same. So there's a little bit bigger, and this is the 2-inch side. So we're taking the bottom off of the 2-inch side here and cutting up and wedging this. Same with this one. So there's a wider side and a smaller side. We're working on the smaller side, removing that edge. And then just adhesive along this part and adhesive along this part, and then we're just sort of going to string them together. So one bit of adhesive on the edge and then kind of halfway through. Square it up as best as you can. Okay, so I have a piece of designer series paper, 2 1/8 by 4 3/4. Same, and I did it again, forgetting about the punch. 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. Let's see if I can fit the punch in just a little bit. I hate doing that. I just keep on forgetting to put these little finger holds in. It's wrecking my box. All right. Moment of truth, everyone. There we go. It's cute because I use the opposite designer series paper on the inside here. All right, so this is the one with the window, and this is the one without. 2-part box. Definitely could fit cookies, crackers, homemade baked goods, that sort of thing. Check out sunstampin.com for all of the particulars. I have everything written down for you. Bye.